then I went to go do something, and somehow someone else's hands, right? And I was sad. I mean, I wanted to cry, not only because I had lost a $450 graduation ring, but because I had to tell my parents that that thing that they had worked so hard for was gone. It was lost. Even thinking about today throughout the last week, I kept thinking to myself, I'm going to lose something, right? On Wednesday, I lost my phone. I did find it, but I lost it. On Thursday, I lost my health. Did not feel well at all. On Friday, I lost my voice a little bit. But the one thing that really hurt a little bit was I lost my wedding ring on Thursday. I know, right? Oh. But then I wouldn't have the example today, so there you are, right? I did not feel well on Thursday, so I just, slept the day away. But I had to get ready for midweek for high school night. And while we're getting ready for high school night, I realized my ring was missing. Now, I think I remember taking it off the night before, but I was exhausted, so I don't exactly know where I put it. So I start looking in the kitchen, I start looking in the living room, I start looking in the bedroom, and then I go back to the kitchen, the living room, the bedroom, and I don't want my wife to notice that I'm looking for something, right? So I'm not trying to be suspicious. But if you don't know Andrea's very suspicious, right? So she goes, hey, what's going on? What are you looking for? And I don't want to confess at this very moment. Nothing. But I keep going over and over the same locations, the kitchen, the bedroom, right? And so I finally gave in and I confessed, hey, lost my wedding ring, don't know where it's at. She had grace and she helped me look for it. But we ran out of time and we had to come to youth group. And so the whole time at youth group, I kept thinking, where is my ring? Where did I put it? Where could it be? Is it lost forever? So we get home. I did end up wearing a replacement ring. And when we get home, I'm still thinking about the ring. But also, I have my last load of clothes in the dryer, so I got to go get them. And as soon as I grab all the clothes from the dryer, there it is. There's my ring. And then I remembered what happened. I told myself, don't lose this ring. Let me put it in my jean pockets. The one place I thought I was going to keep it safe is the one place I forgot to look, my jean pockets. And with a big smile on my face, I had it in my hand. I said, Andrea, I found it. My ring was lost, and now it has been found. But if we're honest with each other, we've all lost something, right? We've all lost something along the way. Like, raise of hands, right? Who here has ever lost money? Who here has ever lost jewelry? Who here has ever lost their keys? Last one. Who here has ever lost their children? My wife, Andrea, would go to Walmart, and at this point in time, it was, little ducklings, right? She had a newborn car carrier in the Walmart cart with baby Lucas. She had a 2-year-old David in the cart, and then she had 4-year-old Jalen right here at her hip, or so she thought. Because as soon as we would go into Walmart, Jalen had this thing about just taking off. And so she's shopping, and she's thinking that Jalen is right here, and she turns around, and Jalen is gone. So she's frantically looking for Jalen. Where is he? Right? She's retracing her steps, only to hear in the loudspeaker, well, the parents of Jalen Avelar come to customer service. I would love to say that was one and only time that happened, but no, it actually happened several times. Her and customer service representatives were on a first-name basis. We all lose things. But I have a question for you. Have you ever stopped to consider whether you are lost? What about those in your house? Your friends? Your neighbors? Your coworkers? When we look at the parable in Luke 15, we will see the word lost many times. The root Hebrew word for lost is the word apa, which means separation from one thing to another. It means that union or fellowship is destroyed. So I'll ask again, do you know whether you're lost? Do you know if you're separated from God? Do you know if your union or fellowship with God is destroyed? Luke 19:10 says this, "For the Son of Man came to seek and save those who are lost." That means God and Jesus are always seeking, but also Jesus is here to make sure we have that union again. He's here to restore what was once destroyed. He came to seek and save those who are lost. He wants to reunite us with God. Today, as we read Luke 15, we will see the parables that will highlight the separation and recovery of something that was lost. And we'll see the celebration of a community as we have a recovery and we have a reunion. They were lost, and now they have been found. They have been rescued. This is Luke 15, 1-7, and it says this, "Tax collectors and other notorious sinners often came to listen to Jesus teach. This made the Pharisees and teachers of religious law complain that he was associating with such sinful people, even eating with them. So Jesus told them this story. If a man has 100 sheep and one of them gets lost, what will he do? Won't he leave the 99 others in the wilderness and go search for that one that is lost until he finds it? And when he has found it, he will joyfully carry it home on his shoulders. When he arrives, he will call together his friends and neighbors, saying, 'Rejoice with me, because I have found my lost sheep.' In the same way, there is more joy in heaven over one lost sinner who repents and returns to God than over 99 others who are righteous and haven't strayed away." You know, this year I will be celebrating my 13th year in student ministry. And I've seen students come and go, and along the way, I get to know them, and I get to know their story, and we share memories through trips and events. But when they leave us, I feel something. I feel the weight of that loss. You know, I wonder about them, and I pray for them, and I ask about them. Even when they've left, I still wonder about their spiritual and physical well-being. Even though I've been given other sheep, I still wonder about the ones that are gone. That's me as a student pastor. I wonder how the God, our God, the creator of heaven and earth, the God who knew you before you were even born, how he feels when you step away from him, when you decide you want to separate yourself from that union, when you